Hello and happy Wisdom Wednesday. Thank you so much for tuning in and for choosing to spend some of your time with me. It's your girl, Milagros here. And today, this month, we're talking about acceptance and appreciation. Last week, we talked about acceptance and appreciation in our relationships and how we can fully accept people for who they are, find moments of appreciation within that dynamic, and then figure out whether or not it's a healthy space for us to be in based on our filters, not based on them. Right? We can't ask people to change so that we can feel different, but we can recognize when we are in a space that might not be healthy for us based on our programming and our filters and our traumas and our stuff, and either stay in that relationship or allow ourselves to separate, right? That's the healthiest thing that we can do. So today in particular, I want to talk about acceptance and appreciation of the present moment. I'm going to try to keep this short. This is a long, extensive conversation, but I want to keep it really short so I can give you this nugget so you can just kind of ponder and think about, and then hopefully you'll be able to challenge yourself to do the practices that are going to come later on in the video. Okay, so a lot of times when you hear people, when people hear other people say accept the present moment, they go, what if the present moment is miserable? What if the present moment is unbearable? What if the present moment is bad, right? Here's the thing. The present moment isn't good or bad until we assign it good or bad. That's the truth. Because the exact same situation that you might perceive to be bad, someone else, through their filters and programming and traumas and perspective, might perceive to be good. And the reverse is also true. If it was true that a situation is always good or always bad, then everybody should have the same response to that same situation. But because that's not the case, and we know that it's not, we then have to recognize and accept that the situation in and of itself isn't what makes us feel good or bad. It's our reaction, our response to said situation. Now, bringing that into the present moment, I want to say this. The only moment that matters, that truly matters, is this one right here, right now. And this one right here, right now, because this is now a new moment. And this one right here and right now. Do you see what I'm doing? Okay. When you are, a lot of times people spend a lot of energy and stress, and they worry about the future. But the future in and of itself is not real. The concept of the future, sure. The concept of the past, sure. But there is no past because we are only living in the present moment. And there is no future because we are only living in the present moment. And whatever we allow ourselves to practice in the present moment, we are guaranteed to bring into the future, because once we get to the future, we are also in the present moment. Right? Stay with me. Maybe not for some people. Okay, so stay with me. Whatever I'm used to practicing over and over and over, I'm creating a momentum for my life, and I am saying then this is going to be the kind of direction for my life, right? So if you practice whining and complaining, guaranteed, that's what's going to be in your future. And that could be 5 minutes from now, 10 years from now, 30 years from now, an hour from now. That's still your future. Because you have practiced that thing all along, that's what you're bringing with you. I've also realized the same thing about our past. When we keep repeating and practicing the sad, dark, heavy memories, and we don't do the work to accept them, appreciate them, and find moments of growth within them, allowing them to be what they were, and then letting them go, we keep bringing them into the present moment, which guarantees that we're going to bring them into our future. So it feels debilitating because it's like this thing that's been with me since I was a child is with me today. It'll be with me forever. You are absolutely right, because you have decided to keep it with you in the present moment. The only thing we have is the present moment. So what I find to be this kind of life-altering experience is when I allow myself to fully accept the present moment. It's not good. It's not bad. It just is, right? I see it for what it is. Let me give you a quick example. So about a week or two ago, I felt this little tickle in my throat, and I could hear my voice cracking when I was speaking. I was doing a lot of speaking, and the truth is I wasn't taking care of my voice and, all this area. So my voice is cracking. It's doing the whole thing. Rather than say, oh no, I'm getting sick, it's going to be so bad, I have all these talks to give and I won't have a voice. Rather than make it worse, I just accepted there's a tickle. That's an indicator. My voice is cracking. That's an indicator. I also didn't say, I'm fine, everything is fine, because everything wasn't fine. My voice was cracking and I had this tickle in my throat that was starting to create a cough. So from this place of full acceptance, I accept this moment. I accept what's happening in my body. I accept it. It doesn't mean that I'm going to just sit here and like, woe to me, ew, because even if I woe to me, that's not acceptance. That's me creating this other story about this moment. So instead, I accepted the moment for what it is, right? So I allow myself to become aware enough to accept the moment. Then I take this as a moment of appreciation. Thank you, body, for checking in with me and for letting me know when I'm overdoing it. Thank you for reminding me that it is my responsibility and I have the capacity, the power to take care of you in different ways based on what you need, right? So that was a moment of appreciation because it was like, oh, look at my amazing body sending me these signals, letting me know that something is off and I have to take care of myself in a different way now than I did before, right? So that's me appreciating the moment. And then I was able to take action. So that meant for me drinking more glasses of hot water with lemon in them, drinking more tea with honey in it, making sure I had more warm liquids around me at all times. Maybe it was a peppermint. Maybe it was putting essential oils in my house that, smelled like lemon and peppermint to help open up and protect my voice, my whole area up in here, right? So in the acceptance of the moment, I was able to find appreciation. I grew more aware and I was able to take action from that place of peace because it wasn't, this is the worst thing ever, I'm going to be so sick. Nope. And it wasn't, I'm fine, nothing's wrong, because then I'm not taking the appropriate action to remedy the off balance in my body, right? Do you get what I'm saying? So that's a simple example, but it can apply to just about everything. We should practice being in a space where we accept the moment for what it is, not make it worse, not act like it's fine when it's not, right? Because what you resist will persist. Denial is also not a good thing. But accepting the moment for what it is. I accept this moment. I'm going to allow myself to just be in this moment. And then how can I find moments of appreciation? How can I grow? How can I expand? How can I learn from this moment? And then what action do I need to take? And sometimes that action is getting a job or getting a different job. Sometimes that action is asking for the raise. Sometimes that action is raking the leaves or taking a nap or meditating. Right? And the only person who's going to know the best course of action is you. And the best way to do that is from a space of acceptance. Boom. Because if we do that right now in this moment, and then we do it in the next moment, and then we do it in the next moment, and then we do it in the next moment, then we are guaranteeing ourselves a more peaceful, joy-filled, fulfilled, happy and healthy life because we are paying attention and accepting. That's a lot of A words. Attention, awareness, acceptance, allowing, appreciation, and action. Ricky, what? Yes. So that's what I have for you. Acceptance and appreciation of the current moment. If you have any questions or comments, or if there's a situation that you're curious, like how do I accept this moment? Hit me up. Absolutely. Put it in the comments. I do want to say this though. Don't send me 19 paragraphs about your whole life story and ask me to answer it in an email, because what you're asking me for is life coaching and you pay for a service like that. Okay. That's me. Accept that. Okay. How you like that? So that's what I have for you. I hope the rest of your week is super sparkly and your weekend is super sparkly and the start of your next week is super sparkly because you're allowing yourself to just be in this present moment, because in this moment, there is this magic and wonder of life, and it includes the ebb and flow of life, and it includes the whole gamut of emotions. We have a tendency to minimize and say, oh, I felt sad, that's a bad thing. No, you felt sad, which means you have empathy and compassion. You're a living, breathing human. You don't stay there because most people aren't good in that space. You're not healthy in that space. And you're also, it's not that you're not healthy. It's that when you remain in that space, you're not as effective or efficient from that space, right? That's the science and it's spirituality. So it's allow yourself to accept every moment for what it is and then to move forward from that place through appreciation, through allowance, through awareness, right? All right. I love you so much. There's nothing you can do about it. Subscribe, share, like, you know what to do. I'll talk to you next week. Peace.